Hello everybody, it is I, Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, making part 7 of our Chrysler 2.7 liter timing and water pump replacement. There's a lot of construction going on. As you can see, they're tearing up the street, so I'll do my best to get the sound right on here. So where we are at on this job, per the last video, part 6, I showed you that we've set top dead center and now we're in the process of removing our chain. And in order to do that, you're going to want to get you a 12 millimeter hex head bit, because you're going to have to remove these big oil plugs right here. And if you can see in there, the reason why you remove these oil plugs is so you can have access to the bolts for the inner guide rails and the outer guide rails as well. And you can also see there's a lot of sludge in this engine. That's carbon buildup that comes from not changing your oil. So I'll have to be careful and clean all this out, because everything can fall down inside of the engine and we can contaminate this engine. So I'm going to use I believe it is going to be a 12 or a 13 millimeter socket, and I'm going to remove these tensioners or these guide rails. And then once I get these guide rails out, I should be able to completely remove my main chain. Alright, and as you can see now, we have all of our timing guides out. Okay, these are the 12 millimeter hex head plugs that you'll have to remove out of the front of the timing covers. Okay, and then inside you're going to have 13 millimeter bolts, and you're going to go in through these holes. Alright, and then you're going to take these inner timing covers, you'll loosen them up out of inside of here, and just be patient and go ahead and take your chain off of one side, run it through down around where your water pump is, go ahead and take it off of here, take it off of your crank, and I went ahead and I pulled my chain out of here, out of the driver's side there. So now my next step in this process, now that I have my chain removed, and here you can see the chain right here. Let me tell you something, man. That is a timing chain. Look at that sucker. Holy smokes. Yeah. I mean, that right there is a timing chain. And if you look right here and see, our new one will have it too. Here are some of our marks that we're going to use to line up the new chain. So I'm going to start with the driver's side, and I'm going to start removing my camshafts. I'm going to start in the middle, and then I'm just going to start working my way out. I'm going to do my best to try to keep this engine from getting contaminated by all this sludge. Okay, so I want to show you something here. First of all, when you're removing camshafts, always start from the middle and work your way out. Okay, now these camshafts, I've already removed the cam caps, so they are ready to come out, as you can see. Now, if you notice right here, whatever you do, don't ever mix up your cam caps. If you mix up your cam caps, and I apologize for the noise of the construction in the background, if you mix up your cam caps and you reinstall them and you try to start the engine, you will completely mess everything up. The reason being is because these cam caps wear by the thousandths of the inch. Human eye cannot see how they wear, but each one of these is worn down differently. So whatever you do, don't ever mix up your cam caps. Whenever I take my cam caps off, I normally find a place that's close by and I set them down in order, and then I go ahead and I remove my camshafts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my camshafts and my secondary chain out next. I'm going to find a safe place to set those down at. Okay, and using the same method, I've removed the other side. And I've just placed my cam caps in order up here. Now, in the event that you do get them out of order, they are numbered 4E, 3E, 4I. You can see the numbers on there. And they have arrows in which direction they go. So if you do get them out of order, if you can find the factory specifications, you can go off of these numbers and figure out where they're supposed to go, what cylinder and cam lobe they're supposed to go. So, and then just to give you an idea on how I handle camshafts, I do my best not to get them out of order. So all I've done was place them in the trunk back here, And if you notice, I've laid them in the direction and order that they go back into the engine. And they'll just sit here until we're ready to reinstall them. So there you go, folks. There's all of our old timing components. You can see in there. This is what the engine now looks like, completely bare. No timing chains, no camshafts in it. You can see your rockers. These are your rockers for your valves. They just come right off of there. You see everything is hydraulically controlled. You see your oil ports there. And then the next step in the process is going to be to remove the water pump. And once we have removed the water pump, we'll be in good shape to go ahead and start getting everything cleaned off and replace it. We have all new gears to replace. We have all new chains to replace. We'll be pulling this bottom crank gear off, and we'll be cleaning all this sludge and gunk out of here. And this will be a good, reliable car again. Also, just to kind of show you, here's your old timing chains, old tensioners, and all that. Well, everybody, this is Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for putting up with the background noise. I hope everybody has a good day.